So you guys want to get to Omni 400. We are on that grind, and today we're showing you everything you need to know in order to do it as a duo. So for starters, you're going to need to make sure you're picking the Champions modifier and Revitalize. Okay, then you're going to be able to see on the screen here that we ended up putting our skill points completely into damage. Now you're going to want, these are the three extremely important things. You're going to want to make sure you pick the upgrade that gives you plus 300% damage, minus 50% per player that is also on your team. So if you have two people, it's minus 50, 3, 100, 4, 150, right? It's a really good buff, you need it. Then you do the plus 100% damage buff. After that, you end up picking the buff that allows you to unlimitedly upgrade your unit. And the reasoning why you want this is because of the fact that when you use it with a unit like, for example, Ichigo, his nuke then becomes ridiculous, which you will see later in this video. But let's start off with the teams. So for the first team, this is my team. Now there's many things you can change with this. Omni Tower has never really been easier. For starters, I have two farms, Takaroto, and I have Nami, the Navigator. And the reason why is because since you have unlimited upgrades, you want to get as much money as you can to farm in order to max out Ichigo, for he can do the max amount of damage, alright? Now, when it comes to these other units, Pain and Naruto are basically needed. You can't change them out. And the reasoning why is because of the fact that Pain allows you to use your Naruto ability 24/7. And with this damage buffs that you have, he's able to swing for about 45 million damage per hit. And you get about like 12 off per ability, so you're basically able to do give or take like 500 million ish of damage per ability. And when you have it paired with your teammate, that's about 1 billion basically every 20 seconds, which is kind of ridiculous if you really think about it, especially if you pair it with the Ichigo ability. Now with the Pain for this team, all you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make sure that you place Pain down, not Naruto. You max his level out to, it's either 12 or 14, I can't remember, and then you stop upgrading him, because after you upgrade him past that, Naruto does not get the upgrade buff, so it's not worth it. Alright, then you want to place your Ichigo down in a spot depending on the map. This map you want to place him in the middle, so that he's able to hit the bosses, whether they come from the light version of of Griffith, so that he can hit that. And if, like, for example, the father spawns at the front, you'll be able to do damage to both of them, because you don't want to miss the ability. If it comes to other maps, you're just going to want to have him in a spot where basically he just hits and does a lot of damage. Reason being is because sometimes you can get this guy at such a high level and do so much damage that you'll one-tap the boss. Sometimes it's not that perfect, it only will do like 4 billion damage, which means you're just able to use the rest of your Naruto abilities to finish it off, which again, having a teammate makes it extremely easy, like ridiculously easy, to the point where I don't even know how they still have this in the game. Moving forwards, it's going to be, you're gonna have to start really focusing on whether or not you can switch out other units. For example, Alucard for this team, you can definitely switch him out. For example, for, I can't remember his exact name. Basically, he looks like, okay, he gives a buff to Ichigo, which is about, I believe, 50% crit chance. His shiny is like Piccolo. I'll put up on the screen, you guys will see it. You can change that out and allowing Ichigo to do much more damage, but that's just kind of what you want depending on the map too. It's just, do you want to be able to just sit there and just hit a bomb ability, or you want to actually be doing something the whole time? Moving forwards, we have our second team. Now this team's a little bit more important, and the reason being is because of the fact that he has Ainz, and Ainz can give like buffs. So for example, with his loadout, you have Naruto and Pain, which again is needed, you can't change them out. He just has Gohan, which is like a heavy hitter. Alucard and Ainz. Ainz is basically just for buffs and such. but the rest of them are just for hard damage. Again, it's so easy right now to the point where a lot of things you're able to change. Example, you don't really need Ainz, you don't need Gohan. You could honestly do both of these with just a bunch of money units, a bunch of farms, sorry, and Naruto and Pain, and then one Ichigo. Realistically, you could end up doing that and winning completely, but it's just the odds of you, I don't know how to explain it, just it's better to have the team set up for in case it gets to a difficult one, you have that extra cash and you have those extra units in the slots in case something goes wrong. Also, something I forgot to mention was the fact that you need the nose familiar for all of the Pain units that you have brought. So for both people, they need the nose familiar. Reason being is because every attack stuns, and whenever he gets stunned, he spawns in Naruto. You never want to have him placed, and it instantly pops your Naruto ability, turning you into the Ninetales Fox, allowing you to do a crazy amount of damage. Now, if you end up messing it up, for example, if you start upgrading Pain to the point where he's past the max level, don't worry. I mean, he's still going to do a decent amount of damage. He's still going to do like 60 mil a hit, Pain. And your Naruto still could be doing, like I said, like 45 million per swing. It's just the Ichigo bomb just allows you to finish the boss faster. You can finish it in under a minute, maybe even under sub 30 seconds, maybe even 10 seconds if the ability is actually good enough and you time it properly where and it gets a crit and it can hit for 10 billion and just kill these bosses at these high levels. It just honestly depends on not only your skill level, not only your timing, but what the bosses are and their placement, right? For example, if you go on the church map where, I forget his name, I think like Hercules or something, basically the boss that when he ends up dying, he respawns and gains all his HP back, basically. So for example, if you were to use Ichigo's ability on there, it wouldn't be as good because of the fact that he would just come back. Yeah, you'd clear the first stage easily, which is good, but you still have to deal with the second one, so it would still take a little bit longer. Same thing when it comes to like Giyu. Yeah, it would end up instantly killing one of the enemies, but it would still end up taking longer. That's why Naruto is just the better option to have him upgraded first. Ichigo is basically just there to allow you to do extra damage, and if you need to, you can pull the enemies back if you're really struggling. Again, a Monarch is extremely needed on all these units. Placements, again, they don't matter a whole lot. You just need to make sure that your Pain's constantly attacking and that your Ichigo is in range of wherever any of the bosses will spawn, because if he is not and he doesn't end up doing that damage, yeah, he still pulls it, which is great, but it just means that your run's going to be that much slower. I mean, you'll see here that we were able to beat this boss in under 8 minutes, which when I was running